Thanos gathered all the Infinity Stones and snapped away half the universe, eliminating half of all life in the universe. Darkseid wants to collect the anti-life equation to enslave the entire universe, just like that hellhole he lives on called Apocalypse. These are two of the most evil villains in all of comics. But now, a new, more terrifying, more horrible, more evil and despicable villain is rising from DC. A villain so terrifying that no one will ever be able to stop them. Children will scream, the skies will grow dark, rivers and seas will run red with blood as this villain approaches, this horrible, twisted villain that nothing can stop. And this villain is straight white man. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the newest, most powerful, most terrifying villain to ever exist in all of DC Comics is straight white men. Yes, once again, DC is making sure that they destroy their reputation and people's willingness to buy their books by going out and virtue signaling as hard as possible, because they won't stop. Doesn't matter that people are actively turning away from it. Doesn't matter that their sales are literally in the toilet. Doesn't matter that people are sick and tired of all this ridiculous horse manure shoved down their throats and into their face in every form of entertainment you can find. No, they're not stopping, because the greatest threat any villain will ever face is straight white men. Let's get into this article here from That Park Place, where once again DC is using yet another YouTuber and trying to paint them as the villain for their twisted purposes. DC Comics appears to malign YouTuber Jeremy Griggs, aka D-Day Cobra, of Geeks and Gamers by turning him into Blue Beetle villain. Yes, so in the Blue Beetle comic that they have going on right now, this one here, this land is our land, a Blue Beetle story, right? They put a character in there with likeness of Griggs in their recently released Blue Beetle graphic novel, This Land is Our Land, a Blue Beetle story. The comic paints the character that looks like Griggs as part of a YouTube funnel that leads one of Jaime Reyes' friends to join an organization called Legion of Patriots that is actually a neo-Nazi group. Yes, that makes perfect sense, yeah. It has Griggs' character saying, unlike the mainstream media, we don't wear makeup, we don't spread lies, we don't have a bias. We believe in the truth. The left tries to tell us that multiculturalism is the answer to all of society's problems, yet they criticize us for being men, for being white, for being straight. Yes, this is the panel here, right? You're going to look at that, and then they're showing it here, sitting there watching this thing as this YouTuber who just blasting this stuff up and driving them in, and they go again, put it here. Yet they criticize us for being men, for being white, for being straight. They want to emasculate you. But that's actually true. That's exactly what they want to do. They want to emasculate you. They want to see masculinity is a bad thing. That's why they come up with these terms like toxic masculinity. But I tell people there is no such thing as toxic masculinity. And I could debate that with anybody. There is no such thing as toxic masculinity. What it is that they don't want men to be men. So they decided to come up with this term toxic masculinity to look to turn men into a bunch of femboys and figure that would work. And now you have a bunch of women putting all kind of stories and things all over social media talking about how, oh, they want a good man, and they're no good man, you're no good man. But when you had good men, you listen to this crap and emasculated them. Now you're complaining about it. But yeah, blame the YouTubers. That makes sense. Right, the next page features a number of other YouTube personalities discussing immigration, with one of Jaime Rey's friends discussing his own friend's journey to the Legion of Patriots. Yep, started off, yeah, and this is what this said. They have all these different YouTubers there, all of them saying all kind of different things. This one even looks like Bill Nye, the science guy. One of them looked like Ryan Kinnell, which was look like Ryan Kinnell there, and all of this. Sort of saying here, the more videos he watched, the more the algorithms fed him similar content. Well, yes, that's how algorithms work. They see what you watch and then they feed you content similar to that. Each one more racist and xenophobic than the last. Yes, because this is what they figure they're trying to do here. Yes, they tried to say that all these YouTubers are sending out all these different hate messages and all kind of things. Even though that's not what any of these people actually do. You understand me? But no, this is how they're trying to paint it. Right, they're going to say that Griggs has not issued a statement, but he did repost a number of others who commented on it and, talk about it and stuff. John De La Rose did it, first one to come out and say, looks like DC Comics made D-Day Cobra into a villain. They made him sound pretty badass, to be honest. I hope he crushes the Blue Beetle. Yeah, and they go on about it. Different people come in and talked about it and all of this stuff here. Well, I'll get to more of that in a little bit. Understand me? They go on. But then they show this now. I think about it is that. So regardless of how bad as they make Griggs' fictional commentary in the graphic novel, the point bears repeating. To borrow a phrase from Nima, he is still be painted as a villain. His views are being painted as villainous, no matter the true substance of them. And that's the real point. They want to associate these viewpoints with villains and evil. They want to condition people to believe these views are evil regardless of their actual merit. In contrast, they show Blue Beetle, the protagonist, lecturing the individuals who listen to these views while he collaborates with a woman who has an anarchy and anti-Columbus society on her laptop. Yeah, because these are the people who they claim are absolutely fine and people should listen to, people who literally want anarchy. But this is not the first time that DC has put a character that resembles, closely resembles, you could say, an actual YouTuber in an attempt to try and do something. They did something similar with Eric July not too long ago. As take this bit here from Fandom Pulse. It's not the first time DC Comics has done this either. Just last year, they did the same to Eric July, turning him into some Alex Jones rant to presumably attack his Rippaverse imprint as it was getting off the ground. Yeah, that is guy who looks like him. You understand me? And then they're saying they're putting alien DNA in the chocolate milk and all kind of thing. All effort to just try and discredit the man because his Rippaverse comic is doing good and getting certain people actually like it. No, this is what they're doing. But yeah, this is the thing. They're literally trying to put on this story now. This land is our land, a Blue Beetle story. And then they have this character here, and he's sitting there who resembles this YouTuber, trying to influence this guy to join in some neo-Nazi group because that is how they see people as. But when you take a look at the kind of people DC associate with, the kind of people that Disney and his companies associate with, the kind of people that they want and the helm of everything, want to push agendas, you have to wonder. These people come out and actively say the most disgusting things imaginable, but somehow think that they are in the right and you're wrong. All these YouTubers and myself do is speak the truth. If you don't like something, you can say you don't like it. You don't have to like something just because of somebody's skin color or something like that. But no, they want you to believe that the biggest threat is straight white men, Because apparently, if you're a straight white man, that is somehow horrible and more worse than anything you can ever possibly imagine or ever want to be. You understand me? Because you look at all these people who they want to hire nowadays. You understand me? As long as you could check some box saying that you're bisexual, pansexual, insexual, outsexual, sexual, sideways, sexual, up, sexual, down, sexual, roundabout, and all kind of thing. Yes, they're hiring you one time. You understand me? They're dancing with you all the way to the hiring counter and telling you, yeah, boy, that's how we going. Move it. Yeah. Tremble and roll, and then you're going. That's what you're going to do. But no, God forbid, you understand me? God forbid that anybody at all has an opinion, has anything to say about anything at all, and people just want to have good creative things. You won't even hire people to do work anymore, or literally, unless they are lying to some nonsense that you're doing. If they cannot come out and say, well, yes, I just do this, I just do that, you won't hire them. You won't hire them. You literally have people come out and say that you have mandates and all this nonsense and it's destroying and killing the industry. This Blue Beetle company is out there painting YouTubers as some kind of neo-Nazi group. And that is brainwashing people into what? Into what? But when you look at the kind of nonsense that these people are doing on their own, it is absolutely horrendous and truly, truly amazing. They have no care about what it is they're doing at all because they want to paint people who just have an opinion that is different from them own as villains. You understand? Meanwhile, you have a guy who collected a bunch of infinity stones and snapped away half of all life in the universe. Nah, he alright. You have literal Satan who rules over hell and wants to get the anti-life equation so he could spread that hell to all life in the universe. He just misunderstood. But no, God forbid anybody gets in front of a camera and actually voices their opinions, which they are free to do so. No. They're trying to recruit people into some neo-Nazi movement to push an agenda. This is what DC Comics think is the best thing to do. This is their take on it. This is what they keep doing, and this is what they're doing. Because as far as DC Comics is concerned, the worst villain to ever exist now is straight white men. Let's see how well that works out in the sales for them. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like it, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.